Welcome to the class. Last class we have discussed superheat, reheat and supercritical Rankine cycles. Today let us see a couple of problems on superheat and reheat Rankine cycles. Now let us see problem on superheated cycle. The first example is a steam power plant operates between a boiler pressure of 42 bar and a condenser pressure of 0.035 bar. Calculate cycle efficiency when the steam is superheated to 500 degrees centigrade. As you can see in the problem, clearly they mentioned that steam is superheated to 500 degrees centigrade, which means here we have to refer the superheated Rankine cycle. Let me explain a TS diagram. As we know that in superheated Rankine cycle, the steam will be superheated to, in the process 6 to 1, the steam will be superheated before entering into the turbine. That point is 1. Now let us see the given data. Here the pressure is 42 bar before entering into the turbine. Here as you can see on TS diagram, the process 4 to 1 is heat efficient process. In the boiler, the pressure is 42 bar and a condenser pressure of 0.035 bar. Here in TS diagram, the process 2 to 3 is the condensation process. Here the pressure is 0.035 bar at the exit of turbine. So with this data we have to calculate the cycle efficiency. As we know that here see here in the point 1 is in the superheated region. This line is the saturated vapor line. This line is saturated liquid. But here the point 1 is beyond the saturated vapor line. That region is superheated region. So here at point 1 we have to refer the superheated steam tables, and at point 3, since the point 3 is on saturated liquid line, here we have to refer the saturated steam tables. So with this understanding, let us solve problem. Now let us see enthalpy entropy values at point 1. Here, since the point 1 is in superheated region, we have to refer the superheated steam table. As you can see here, this is the superheated steam table. In the problem, the given pressure is 42 bar and the given temperature is 500 degrees centigrade. If you convert 42 bar into megapascal, it would be a 4.2 megapascal. But in steam table, we have 4.0 megapascal and 4.5 megapascal. We don't have 4.2 megapascal. So we can find the enthalpy entropy values at 4.2 megapascal by doing interpolation. Before doing interpolation, we have to take the enthalpy and entropy values at 4.0 and 4.5 megapascal. In the problem, the point 1 temperature is 500 degrees centigrade. So at 500 degrees centigrade and 4.0 megapascal, we have to take the enthalpy and entropy values. The enthalpy value at 4.0 megapascal 3445.8 and entropy value 70919. Same way at 4.5 megapascal also we have to take the enthalpy and entropy values at 500 degrees centigrade. So the enthalpy value at 4.5 megapascal 3440.2 and the entropy value at 4.5 megapascal 7.0320. Here I have written. So from this data we can find the enthalpy entropy values at 4.2 megapascal by interpolation. As we know that we can find the enthalpy entropy values at 4.2 megapascal by doing interpolation. So this is the equation for interpolation. X2 minus x1 divided by x2 minus x1 equals to y minus y1 divided by y2 minus y1. We have already taken enthalpy entropy values from Steve table at 4.0 megapascal and 4.5 megapascal. So if you substitute these values in this equation, we can find the enthalpy at 4.2 megapascal. Here x1 is 4.0 megapascal, x2 is 4.5 megapascal and x is 4.2 megapascal. Here we have to find the y value. Y1 is enthalpy at 4.0 megapascal. Y2 is enthalpy at 4.5 megapascal. Okay, if we substitute all the values in this equation, we can find the enthalpy value at 4.2 megapascal. So the final value is 3442.6 kilojoule per kg. Same way, we can find entropy at 4.2 megapascal. Here y1 is at 4.0 megapascal 7.0919. Y2 is at 4.5 megapascal 7.0320, and we have to find the y value. So once we simplify this equation, we can find the entropy value at 4.2 megapascal. The value is 7.066 kilojoule per kg. But here, if you look at TS diagram, the process 1 to 2 is isentropic expansion in the turbine. Since it is isentropic process, here S1 equals to S2. So S1 equals to S2 equals to 7.066 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Same way, we can find the enthalpy entropy values for 0.035 bar in the process 2 to 3. Here the point 3 is on saturated liquid line. So here we have to refer the saturated water and steam tables. Since we know the value of pressure, we have to refer the pressure based steam table. This is the saturated water and steam pressure based table. From this table we have to find enthalpy and entropy values at 0.035 bar. If you convert 0.035 bar into Pascal, it would be 0.0035 Pascal. But if you look at the steam table, here we have 0.003 megapascal and 0.004 megapascal. We don't have 0.0034 megapascal. So here also, by doing interpolation, we can find the enthalpy entropy values at 0.0035 Pascal. Before doing interpolation, as we discussed in the previous slide, here also we have to take the enthalpy and entropy values at a 0.003 megapascal and a 0.004 megapascal. Those values are at 0.003 megapascal, HF value, enthalpy of the fluid 100.99 kilojoule per kg, enthalpy of the fluid 0.3543 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. At 0.004 megapascal, HF value, enthalpy of the fluid is 121.40 and entropy value 0.4224 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. From these values, we can do interpolation. So this is the equation: x minus x1 divided by x2 minus x1 equals to y2 minus y1 divided by y2 minus y1. Here x1 value is 0.03 megapascal and x2 value is 0.004 megapascal. Y1 value is 100.999, Y2 value is 121.40. Here we have to find the unknown Y value, that is enthalpy at 0.0035 megapascal. Once you simplify this equation, we can find the enthalpy value 112 kilojoule per kg Kelvin at 0.0035 megapascal. Same way, we can find HFG value. HFG value at 0.0035 megapascal from this table, and the equation x minus x1 divided by x2 minus x1 equals to y minus y1 divided by y2 minus y1. Here HFG equals to Hg minus H1. Once we do the same procedure, we can find the HFG2 value at 0.0035 megapascal, that is 2438 kilojoule per kg. Okay. Here both H2 and HFG2 values calculated by using interpolation at 0.0035 megapascal. Now we can find the cycle efficiency. Efficiency equals to net work done divided by heat addition. Net work done is H1 minus H2. Heat addition is H1 minus H3. In this equation, H1 and H3 values are we just calculated by interpolation. Here we don't know the value of H2. So H2 can be calculated by this equation. H2 equals to HF2 plus X2 into HFG2. HFG2 and HF2 values are we just calculated by interpolation, but here we don't know the value of X2. So the same equation, it can be written in terms of entropy. S2 equals to SF2 plus X2 into SFG2. Here S2 equals to S1. SF2 and SFG2 values are can be calculated by interpolation. So once you substitute all the values, we can find the X2 value. Now H2 equals to HF2 plus X2 into HFG2. In this equation, we know all the values. From this equation, we can find the H2 value 2113 kilojoule per kg. And H3 value we can find from the steam table by doing interpolation. Now let us find work done by the turbine. The equation is H1 minus H2. Here the values H1 and H2 calculated by interpolation. So the final value is 1329.6 kilojoule per kg. And heat supplied equals to H1 minus H3 equals to 3330.6 kilojoule per kg. Here H1 and H3 values are calculated by interpolation. Now we can find the cycle efficiency. H1 minus H2 divided by H1 minus H3 equals to 1329.6 divided by 330.06. The efficiency is 39.9%. And also we can find the specific steam consumption. Specific steam consumption equals to 1 divided by H2 minus H1. Here H2 minus H1 is work done by the turbine. So the value is 0.000752 kilojoule per kilowatt second. If you convert into kilowatt hour, here 3600 it would be there. So 2.71 kilojoule per kilowatt hour. Now let us solve a problem on reheat cycle. A Rankine cycle based steam power plant has an ideal reheater. Boiler output conditions are 15 megapascal and 600 degrees centigrade. Condenser pressure is 10 kilopascal. The dryness fraction at the exit of low pressure turbine is 0.896. Find reheat and thermal efficiency. Consider the temperature after reheat to be 600 degrees centigrade. Let me explain TS diagram in reheat Rankine cycle. As we know that here there will be two turbines high pressure turbine and a low pressure turbine. Here the process 1 to 2 is isentropic expansion through high pressure turbine. The process 3 to 4 is isentropic expansion through low pressure turbine. Here in the problem they given that boiler outlet conditions are 15 megapascal and 600 degrees centigrade. Process 621 is heat addition process. Here the pressure is 15 megapascal and temperature is 600 degrees centigrade. Condenser pressure is 10 kilopascal. Process 425 is heat rejection process. Here the pressure is 10 kilopascal. The dryness fraction at the exit of low pressure turbine is 0.896, which means at the exit of low turbine, here the point is 4. Here the dryness fraction is 0.896. Find reheat and thermal efficiency. Consider that the temperature after reheat to be 600 degrees centigrade, which means in the process 2 to 3, after reheating, the temperature it would be the same 600 degrees centigrade. Here T1 equals to T3. Let us see given data. Here process 621 is heat addition process at constant pressure. So P6 equals to P1 equals to 15 megapascal. And the temperature at point 1, T1 is 600 degrees centigrade. The temperature at point 3, T3 equals to 600 degrees centigrade. Both are same. And in the process 4 to 5 is heat rejection process at constant pressure. So P4 equals to P5 equals to 10 kilopascal. And the dryness fraction at point 4 is, that is X4 is 0.896. Here we have to find the P2 equals to P3. What is the value of P2? Now let us find entropy value at point 4. Here the point 4 is in the saturation zone. So here we have to refer the saturation steam table. From this equation we can find the entropy value at point 4. S4 equals to SF4 plus X4 into SFG4. X4 is dryness fraction at point 4, which is already given in the problem. SF4 and SFG4 values are I have taken from the steam table. Here I am not showing steam table because now we are well aware of how to use steam tables. That's why I am not showing steam tables here. But here I have given values. The S4 value is 0.6492. SFG value is 7.496. So from this equation we can find the entropy at point 4, S4 equals to 7.3688 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. We know that the process 3 to 1 is isentropic expansion process. So S4 equals to S3. that is 7.3688 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Now let us find pressure at point 3. Here the point 3 is in the superheated region, so we have to refer the superheated steam table. If you refer the superheated steam table, at point 3 we know the entropy value we just calculated, and also we know the temperature 600 degrees centigrade, which is already given in the problem. So in the superheated steam table, at 600 degrees centigrade and entropy 7.3668, we can find the pressure P3, that is 4 megapascal. This value I have taken from the superheated steam table at 600 degrees centigrade. Now let us see enthalpy at point 4. So here the point 4 is in the saturation zone. Here again we have to refer the saturation table. So H4 can be found from this equation, HF4 plus X4 into HFG4. Here X4 is the dryness fraction at point 4, which is already given in the problem. HF4 and HFG4 values are I have taken from the saturation steam table. So those values are I substituted here. So finally enthalpy at point 4 is 2335.1 kilojoule per kg. Now let us find enthalpy value at point 3. Since the point 3 is in the superheated region, here we have to refer the superheated steam table at point 3. So we know that at point 3 the pressure is 4 megapascal. Just now we have taken from the steam table, and the temperature T3 is 600 degrees centigrade, which is already given in the problem. So if you look at the steam table, superheated steam table, at 600 degrees centigrade and pressure 4 megapascal, the H3 value is 3674.9 kilojoule per kg, which is I have taken from the superheated steam table, because the point 3 is in the superheated region. Now coming to point 5 and TS diagram, it is on saturated liquid line. So here we have to refer the saturated steam table at 10 kilopascal. Here pressure is 10 kilopascal. At 10 kilopascal pressure, H5 equals to 191.81 kilojoule per kg. Specific volume equals to 0.001010 meter cube per kg. These two values I have taken from the saturated steam table at 10 kilopascal, which is already given in the problem. Now we can find the work input to the pump. Work input to the pump equation is W equals to integral VdP. So here the process is 5 to 6. Here if you look at the TS diagram, the process 5 to 6 is the work input to the pump. So we can write it as V5 into P6 minus P4. V5 value we have taken from the steam table, and P6, P5 already given in the problem. So we can find the work done by the pump, that is 15.14 kilojoule per kg. Okay, so here we have referred saturated steam table and superheated steam table. So if the point is in the superheated region, we have to refer the superheated steam table. If the point is in the saturation region, we have to refer the saturated steam table. Now let us find enthalpy at point 6. We know that work input to the pump equals to H6 minus H5. So from this equation we can find the H6 value, that is H5 plus work input to the pump. H5 value we have taken from the steam table. Work input to the pump we just calculated. Once we substitute the values, we can find the H6 at point 6, that is 206.95 kilojoule per kg. Now let us find enthalpy at point 1. If you look at this TS diagram, the point 1 is in the superheated region. So here we have to refer the superheated steam table. At point 1, the temperature T1 equals to 600 degrees centigrade, which is given in the problem. At point 1, the pressure P1 equals to 15 megapascal, which is also given in the problem. So at 600 degrees centigrade and pressure 15 megapascal, if you look at the steam table, you can find the H1, S1 values, and these values are I have taken from the superheated steam table, because the point 1 is in the superheated region. Now we know that the process 1 to 2 is isentropic expansion process. So S2 equals to S1, and at point 2 the pressure P2 equals to 4 megapascal. This we already calculated, and here the process 2 to 3 is reheat process at constant pressure. So P2 equals to P3. Again I am repeating, here process 2 to 3 is reheating process at constant pressure. So P2 equals to P3. Now at 4 megapascal and entropy 6.6796 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. If you look at the steam table, we can find the enthalpy and temperature at point 2. H2 equals to 3155.0, T2 equals to 375.5. These two values I have taken from the steam table. Now let us find heat addition. Heat addition in the boiler in the process 6 to 3. See here we are adding the heat in the process 6 to 1, and also we are adding the heat in the process 2 to 3. I am repeating again, here we are adding the heat in the process 6 to 1, which is in the boiler, and also we are adding the heat in the process 2 to 3, which is reheater. So the total heat addition equals to the process 6 to 1 is H1 minus H6, and the process 2 to 3 is H3 minus H2. So here we know the values of H1, H6, H3, H2. Once you substitute all the values, we can find the heat addition at process 621 plus at process 223. Now let us find heat rejection in the process 425. So Q out equals to H4 minus H5. We know the values of H4 and H5. So the answer is 2143.43 kilojoule per kg. Finally, the efficiency equals to 1 minus Q out divided by Q in. So Q out and Q in, both the values we have calculated. Once you substitute both the values, you can find the efficiency. Efficiency equal to 45%.